Morning, everybody. Mike Anderson with you here this morning, joined shortly by Paige Nabavian, Assistant Vice President with Arthur J. Gallagher. She's been kind enough to come on board and spend some time with us this morning to take you through our E&O program that we make available for agents. So go refill that coffee cup or water glass, whatever you got sitting there on the desk with you, and we will get started in just a couple minutes. Okay, it's the top of the hour. We are going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. Mike Anderson with American Independent Marketing. Pleased to be joined this morning by Paige Nabavian. Paige is Assistant Vice President with Arthur Gallagher, and they put together our innovative E&O insurance program. She's been so kind as to come and spend a few minutes with us this morning and take you through the basics of that. A couple quick reminders before we start. We are recording this presentation, and as is our custom, we have everybody on mute right now. We will take questions at the end of the presentation. That lets us get a better quality recording. We will process this. We will upload it to our website, so it'll be archived, and you can circle back to it if you want to look at anything just to kind of refresh details before you sign up. Public service announcement, PSA, our next webinar will be on Wednesday, June 5th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Regional Director Stephanie Paul and Case Manager Brianna Marks will spend some time and take you through some of the little niches and things you need to know about the Mutual of Omaha e-app so that you can avoid the pitfalls that some agents fall into when they're making use of that really helpful e-app process. So with those things in mind, I'm going to go ahead and welcome Paige Nabavian from Arthur J. Gallagher. Paige, thrilled to have you here this morning. As I said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you and let you take everybody through the program.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. I'm glad that you're able to participate with the webinar. Thank you, Mike, for having me and being able to explain the E&O program for American Independent Marketing Agents. Just a little bit about myself. I have been with Arthur J. Gallagher for over 20 years. Our unit specializes in E&O for insurance agents, life insurance programs, investment advisors, and large broker-dealers. So this is basically what our unit does. And we specialize in other areas of insurance as well. We can talk about that a little bit later, but primarily back in 2005, AIM came to me and they needed an insurance program for their long-term care insurance agents. Back then, that long ago, there really wasn't any kind of insurance available for insurance agents that weren't sponsored by an insurance company. So when AIM came to me with this opportunity, we did start it from the ground up, and it was very successful, and it is still considered very successful. Back then, our unit was comprised of several people. We have expanded. We have a wonderful staff that's available to answer questions. I take pride in it because we get compliments all the time that they can reach an actual person and help guide them through this process. So that's something that I think we work really hard at, given, all the technology that's going on, that's available to everyone, that some people still want to have someone they can talk to, and so they can do that here. My boss was the very first creator of the E&O insurance policy for agents and broker-dealers. So I've learned from the best. I feel like this is what we do. So day in, day out, we handle these type of questions from agents. And so, again, we are available to answer those questions. Why AIM? I think for what we've created for agents of American Independent Marketing is that giving the agents an insurance policy that covers them for the things that they do, primarily long-term care, Medicare supplemental insurance, life, accident, health, disability, and this policy also covers any non-AIM sponsored products, including fixed, equity indexed annuities, variable annuities, and mutual funds. Now, as being a member of American Independent Marketing, if you sell or place 3 or more long-term care policies with AIM during a policy period, it will qualify you for a reduced pricing during at the next renewal. And that varies, because every year our rates do change, but on average it's about $50 to $75. So that's pretty big, and it keeps the pricing very competitive for the agents of this program. We also this program it's provided by one of the top E&O carriers, which is CNA, and you can take pride that this program's been in effect since 2005. And what that probably means to most of you is that, and why is it important, is that you have a company and a program that it hasn't folded. And you see, being in this industry as long as I have, insurance companies come and go and when it gets tough, when they start getting claims, then they fold the program, and then it leaves you running around for more coverage. So this program has been successful to CNA, and it's because they have quality agents in the program. And so you know that there's going to be a program there down the line for you. What we have here right now, as of 2019 to 2020, the policy period for this program is April 1st to April 1st. And this year, if you were a top producer, your annual rate would be $397. I have rating here as well for all the other different types, but for $397, I can tell you that it is a competitive price out there. There are other cheaper programs, but there are life-sponsored insurance programs like Blue Cross Blue Shield, and those programs, you can only get those rates as long as you are a contracted member of one of those insurance-sponsored companies. So, it's a little unique with AIM. you could continue this insurance as well if you were not a member, but we encourage you to be contracted with AIM. The type 1 for $1 million, and if you were not a top producer, it's running about $472 annually, still a very competitive rate. We do have other options for agents that do variable products and mutual funds, and we also offer higher limits. As well, in this program, if you don't sign up April 1st, you can sign up at any time during the year. When you sign up, you would be given a prorated rate, and those rates are available online as well as on this slide. And I think that makes it easy for agents who have current insurance programs, and they feel like they can't sign up until April. That's not the case. You can sign up at any time when your current policy expires. Just kind of giving you pricing for other life agent programs out there. We understand that you do get constant emails or get bombarded with other programs out there. I think you'll be pleased to know that still AIM's program is still very competitive against the other programs. And see, there's other programs out there, but these are some of the ones that are more competitive, that go against AIM's insurance program. And as you can see, very competitively priced. Most of these programs, as I indicated to Mike earlier, they all cover pretty much the same things. The pricing is going to come down to it, the type of carrier that you have, and just the fact that who are you dealing with? Are you dealing with someone who's just decided I want to get into this business? They don't have the experience in this industry. You want to make sure that you have people that understand what you do. And I feel like Arthur J. Gallagher and our staff has that. Some of the E&O highlights that you have in this program is that it does provide prior acts going back to your first continuous E&O policy, which that means that if you left from one insurance company, the way these insurance programs work is that at the end of if you terminate, you'll have your coverage basically stops, and so you're going to need to make sure you have coverage that's going to cover your past activity. So this policy does cover you back as long as you've had no gaps in your coverage back to your past activity. And I would tell any agent, no matter what program you're in, you need to verify that, because once you have a gap in coverage, then everything that you've done in the past is no longer covered. What also is covered under the AIM program is that it does extend to your entity, your business entity, and your licensed and unlicensed administrative staff. Now, what it doesn't cover is if you have other producing agents, they would just have to make sure that they are also enrolled in the program. But this means that your agency is covered as well as the staff. So if God forbid something happens, one of your staff members forgot to put in an insurance application on one of your clients, and they had a claim and there was no coverage, there would be coverage under this policy. Also under this program, if you retire or become disabled, and unfortunately there is a death, this policy provides what they call a 1-year extended reporting period. It's called tail coverage. That's somewhat the slang term for it, but that means that if you retire, become disabled, that if any claims are reported in the next year, you would be covered by this policy. There is a low deductible. A lot of these programs, they have higher deductibles. If it's an AIM product, it would be $500, $2,500 for all other. There is a $10 million policy aggregate. What that means to you is that this is an insurance program. You are sharing the limit amongst all of the insureds in this program. That's why we're able to give you competitive rates. It's not unique to other programs. This is pretty much the same. This is a $10 million aggregate. And I do know we've been able to keep the rates for AIM literally for the last 10 years, which means that the program is operating, with little or no claims, and so I don't feel like this aggregate is going to be, would be met, but you have that security. They also have on this policy, which is new in the last year or two, is they do cover, up to $1,500 in wire transfer coverage. And, given in the industry, there are perpetrators trying to transfer funds from, clients' accounts. This does provide up to $1,500 coverage in the event that there is a transfer of funds without authorization from the client. This is more of a bells and whistles, but we're starting to see more and more of it within this industry. And it was, investment advisors as well, larger broker dealers. So things like this will, we will continue to add as, and we look to increase those type of limits, as we move forward in the programs. Really, to apply for coverage, you need to go online. You do have to be contracted with AIM. We usually would refer you back to AIM if you if you're not contracted with them. That you would then enroll for coverage online. We have people available to answer questions or to help you through that process. This program accepts credit card payments as well as a check. And that, we hope, and we're available all the time to answer these, the questions from the agents. And, it is a very user-friendly website. On the website, it includes the FAQs, Q&A about what's covered, what's not. It also covers how to report a claim. It has the actual policy online and quotes. At this time, basically, I'm available for any questions that you may have. I have my contact information. Even if after this webinar you would like to talk to me, I'm available directly as well. I appreciate, Mike, you having me here today and to be part of the process.
Yeah, I'm glad we're able to do this. Quick question while I'm getting ready to unmute everybody for more of an open forum. When an agent retires, what's a good time frame? I saw the comment on there about the extension, but how long after retirement should an agent retain their E&O?
Well, sometimes, there is no, statute of limitations. You could say, you would want to have coverage for 6 years. Sometimes what I recommend for some of these agents, because they may want to have a longer period of what would I call an extended reporting period. So sometimes I tell we walk the agents through they can continue to maintain the insurance for a couple more years to where they feel like they feel like they feel more comfortable. And then when they officially retire from the program, you still get that 1 year extension. Some of these policies will offer what you call a 3-year tail, and you pay a certain amount of money, which is a little more expensive. So it's almost cheaper for the agents to just continue because the rates are so low for the next couple of years till they feel they're comfortable. Unfortunately, with a death, of course, that would not be a possibility. But most cases, most of the tails out there or extended reporting periods are usually 3 years. That's the common number. But
all right, that's good information to have. So go ahead.
Yeah. So we walk them through that process and we talk it out with the agents.
Okay. All right, we're starting to unmute, folks. Some of you I know have muted yourselves. We appreciate that. If you're not going to ask any questions, and if you wouldn't mind doing that, the systems are often different but we just want to make sure that we're able to get the questions taken care of. So anyway, everybody's unmuted, so go ahead and jump in with any questions that you've got for Paige. Quick reminder before we do questions, next webinar is June 5th, like I said, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Regional Director Stephanie Paul and our case manager, Brianna Marks, will be with you to talk about the Mutual of Omaha e-app and how to avoid some of the pitfalls that agents run into. So anyway, questions about the E&O program. It's a fantastic opportunity. I can tell you from talking to agents myself, it's priced really, really competitively, and when you throw in the additional spiff you get for actively writing business with us on an annual basis, it really gets super affordable and super competitive. So any questions? All right. Well, I guess not. It sounds to me we call that a webinar no-hitter, Paige. You covered everything. We like to see that. We like to see it. So anyway, all right. Well, listen, we're going to go ahead and wrap everything up. We appreciate Paige, you being available for us. We appreciate you agents making your time available. We will get this recording processed and uploaded onto the website, so you'll have access to it later this afternoon. And you can review it if you see fit. You can always talk to one of our marketers here at AIM. The number is 800-672-7202. If you got any questions, we can help you out. Clearly, you got Paige's number as well. They're certainly available. They're great about taking care of the agents, and we appreciate so much that they've got this program for us. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate your time, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Paige, thank you.